Welcome back, everybody. Going into part 2 of today's episode of Far Verona. So I promised you a spaceship, and a spaceship I shall deliver. So it looks like Autumn and Haley and everybody else who is allowed to watch over your shoulder. You see the computer has rendered the full track the entire time that it has a lock on your sister. So we see your sister and her bodyguards enter from one side of the camera's perspective. We don't see the ship that she gets off of. We don't see any of that. We see her and her goons cross the concourse, and it looks like she's doing basically like a ship transfer. She's moving from one vessel to another. Now, there's no baggage train. She's not like carrying a bunch of stuff. It looks like they're all traveling pretty light. They cross over and they approach a pretty gnarly looking pirate ship. Like, it's clearly like bristling with weapons. It's got a big ass spike drive sticking out the back. And the sides of it are painted in a like really bright sort of like essentially space camo. Like, it looks like a nebula on the outside. And they approach it, and the system scans the ship, brings up its ship ID. So we see some like data running by about the ship's appearance in the port, its docking fees, all of that stuff. And then they get on the ship, and then that's the end of the footage. And the ship, you have a registry name for the ship. The ship is called Oceans of Time. And it is registered out of home port is Argiast, planet Argiast, which you would know is just a skip, hop, and a jump from Cabina. It's in the Hild system, which is next door. There you go. You see her get on this pirate ship, and then
and does the registry in the port say where their destination was, or just where they'd?
It does not. No, it tells you where the ship came from. It gives you a ship registration ID, which you would use to dock, and it gives you like a rundown of the vessel's like details. There you go. You have a name. She left this planet about a week ago on a ship called the Oceans of Time. So while you watch this, Martin says, "Hey, who's that? She kind of looks like you."
Yes, Martin, she does. It's her. It's really her. She's okay.
She like your sister or something?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know who these.
Nods,
and I think I immediately like look to probably Yasna, and because I think in Autumn's mind, like 4 scary people are with my sister. They're probably she's in trouble or something like that. So I'd probably like look to Yasna and be like, "Did you recognize who those people were with her? It didn't look like she was being forced, but." They definitely weren't the security team that I think I sent to help her, or I don't think so anyway.
Yeah, they sure aren't. And in fact, when you mention that, Autumn, that you like paid to have a security team, were they like deathless security officers?
So, yeah.
That put some pieces together for you. One of the pirates, their armor is mostly made out of pieces of like deathless armor plating. Like, they clearly killed a deathless mercenary, took whatever pieces of their armor were not blown holes in, and are wearing it around.
Jesus.
Deathless is super scary. Cool mercs.
Yes. So I think Yasna goes, I do not wish to alarm you, but they are pirates. Possibly rehired as bodyguards for Landra. I do not know. But I keep maybe the armor part to like myself.
Yourself. Yeah.
Disguise it more as like something obviously has happened on the trip, but she does not look in distress or
That's Landra
in
for you. But
danger.
what would how could she couldn't have hired them. She doesn't have access. She shouldn't have access to any of the family's money. I mean, she was arrested. She was marked as a synth, like you. I don't understand.
Autumn, have you considered that maybe Lendra is one of them?
A pirate?
No, she could. Maybe she's made a deal with them, but I don't think so. She's
I mean,
she.
I think you might be underestimating what being an outcast can shift in a person. I mean, look at us.
Argias? Is that the place you said they go to?
It's not where they go
Argus.
to. It's where the ship is registered. So here's a blast from the past. We talked about this a little bit. You guys on Swan Song had to spoof that record all the time so people wouldn't know who you were.
Right.
So it's either a fake registry, but I mean it doesn't make a difference, right? Like you didn't know the ship's name before, and now you have a name, whether it's their real name or not. It looks like it's registered to a shipyard. Quote unquote, because RGS doesn't have one of those, but it's registered to that planet. It is a TL4 planet, but it's not known for like.
We don't know their like itinerary or any like in terms of where they might have been going to.
With the Triumph, Adam, could I tell if that was a faked like home?
Yes,
or something?
yeah, because you guys did get a Triumph. It looks legit.
Okay, so we think that it's legit, like, and then the name of the ship is probably the same.
I mean, it's a pirate ship, so they probably just don't give a shit, right? They're probably just like, what are you gonna do? Like, we're a fake ship. Come and slap us on the wrist, like we got guns.
Yeah, if they're gonna get caught, they're gonna get caught anyway, and they're gonna have to fight their way out anyway. So
they don't seem to care. Now you could theoretically use that you have in your inventory now. You have a name and a string of numbers and letters that is associated with this vessel. So theoretically, you could leverage somebody who has access to like travel satellites or like someone in House Crux, though you don't really have any friends there, who could like track the ship and be like, here's the last place it was seen. Here's where it was. You just right now only have access to this planet's, like this specific spaceport.
I do know, well, Mark knows that there might be someone in House Crux out there who might be willing to help, but I don't know if there's no way Autumn would have ever probably heard of that side of the criminal underworld. I
think the person that you're referring to, I think that you do have like a loose connection to this person. You've obviously never spoken to them. You've worked with their underlings before.
That's true, because I did
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
The wizard.
I think we have the critical information we need, to at least determine what our next steps are.
We've certainly, we could this is a great lead, but
Haley's gonna tug on Autumn's hand.
Yeah.
Like bend down.
Hey.
Maybe we could, while we're here, look at how Martin got here.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea, Haley.
But let's do a cover like we just gotta
I'll just I'll look at Haley.
Help me.
I mean, I already interrogated Martin, so he knows that we're seeking that information. Like I don't know if it matters if he knows or not.
Well, then who cares?
Autumn just stands up and just starts bringing the record up and just maybe says like, "Hey Martin, can you give me some space here a little bit?" And like maybe look to Johnny like, "Can you pull him away from the screen?" Like,
if Haley's like standing on a chair, I think she'd just like push Martin in the face.
Just shove him.
If she could reach his face, I think he would just.
Yeah, because while everybody is talking and worrying about stuff, whenever he's like just staring at the monitors intently, a absorbing information.
Like a newborn. It's just like, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Martin.
This screen?
Fuck off.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
bud?
yeah. And so he's kind of lost in thought looking at this screen. And if you look over at him, he probably notices that he's like being stared at. And he looks and he's like, wow, those 4 guys look real tough. Your sister's got some dangerous friends.
Sure does, Martin. Thank you. Thanks. You just stand with Johnny a minute. We just need to look up something else, and you're kind of crowding the space.
Hey, Martin. I'm not kidding. I would push his face.
So when you're saying that, Haley's just like,
slowly, just like,
get out, get off screen. Okay, yeah. And so with Johnny, like, he's just like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to get in your way. And he comes over and and steps out of the way. And he says to you, Johnny, he's like, is that why you're on Cabina? You're looking for Autumn's sister?
Why are we telling him anything? Why
you just face pushed him out of talking range. He's over with Johnny. He can't hear you. You can't hear
Johnny now.
I can be saying this to Adam. It's a room of just 4 people. He can fucking
That is
hear
also
me.
true. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you say to Autumn, why are we telling these things to Martin?
Martin's on a need-to-know basis, and Martin doesn't need to know shit.
Martin, you like cards? Let's buy a deck of cards or something that we can play.
I thought you said
know,
cars.
like some like cars. You want to go? Let's go drive around.
Yeah.
I imagine Johnny knows some card tricks.
Yeah, he does. He do like the thing where you have it in the air and then like that.
Johnny also has a background in magician.
You know some basic like entertainment like things, right? To like cheer up humans or like amuse them.
100%, dude. He knows stupid human tricks better than humans do.
Okay, so why don't we see how successful you are at distracting Martin? Like just keeping Martin's attention on you and away from whatever else might be going on.
Okay.
So I think that's going to be
I have a blue for this.
You do. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be it'll be his vigilance versus deception, maybe.
Okay.
Or charm. Either one would work.
Okay, so let's do charm. What's in my dice pool?
So and this is the fun thing, you get to find out other character stats by rolling against them. His vigilance is 2 yellow, so your pool is 2 red.
Okay, 2 red.
He is
blue.
Strangely vigilant.
Sorry, hang on. 2 yellow? What?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, well,
he's highly trained in the art of vigilance. So give yourself a blue and 2 red. Click out and then click on charm.
I'm gonna charm him. Charm the pants. Ah!
Well, it's my favorite result in the game.
Dude.
Fantastic. Excellent. I'm just gonna I owe Mark a despair.
F.
I owe
F.
Elspeth
12
some
episodes.
despair.
We've not rolled a single despair. Episode 12.
God, I love
we rolled
2020.
2.
I love it. Great. Eventually, what's going to happen is that everyone will have rolled one of these, and then that'll be the end of the show where I'm like, I've finally collected despair for all of you. Now we begin end game. So yeah, you succeed. You succeed with advantage. You do great. You do a great job. And
awesome.
Martin is definitely like engaged and amused by your card tricks. And it's fantastic. It's great. It works exactly the way you wanted.
Awesome.
So meanwhile, while he is distracted, Autumn and Haley, you want to continue digging around on the computer. What are you looking for? Because it's going to be the same role as before, Autumn, right? But what this time are you going to search for?
I was thinking how we're looking at how Autumn's sister got here and or left. Like I would like to do the same for Martin. Who dropped him the heck off? Where did he come from? Can we tell what planet or what ship he came in off of, and if anybody was with him, and how was he behaving? If we can see him on the camera footage.
Okay. Yeah, and as if this were a TV show, as the producer, this is a perfect opportunity for me to just reuse footage from last 2 episodes ago. So yeah, go ahead and make that computer roll. We'll see if you can learn some more details about.
I got an advantage on my last roll when I got the triumph. Can I use that for a blue die now, or can I gain strain?
We can. So you can recover. There are some other things you can do with that triumph in addition to the like narrative bonus of it. So let me double check. Because you can.
Because I got a success and advantage in the triumph.
You can affect this roll too, yeah. Okay. So on a triumph, outside of combat, let's see here. You can upgrade your next check instead of just a blue die. Or you can recover 3 strain.
That one, please.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. So you can cash it in for recovering 4 strain or 5 strain. I made the advantage at 4. Yeah. So you can just use all of that to recover 4 strain and then make the roll, or you can recover 1 strain and get an upgrade on this second computer roll.
No, I'll get strain, please.
Okay. All right.
I was very low. And then so difficulty 2.
Difficulty, yeah, same as the computer roll you made before, but I'm gonna spend a story point. So 2 difficulty, but throw an upgrade on the difficulty side.
Sure. I'm not gonna spend a story point. So.
And then you get a blue from me helping, right?
No,
I get an upgrade.
You have an upgrade from Haley. Yeah, it's
well remembered. Because I had forgotten. Right, cool.
Weird Gandalf. Hey, look at that!
Hey.
Success.
Do not question the wizard, Adam Coble.
So the 2 of you go looking for Martin, and it's much easier, much faster, because you know about when he showed up, and you search. So yeah, you find there is like an unnamed cargo, like mass passenger vessel he arrived on, essentially like a space Greyhound. It's one of these ships where they load up as many people as possible and then they hit every planet like through the core. So by the time it got to Cabina, he's probably been on this ship, whether he remembers it or not, for a while. It's a slow moving big passenger vessel. They cram people in. And there is a note on the manifest. There's a whole bunch of like miscellaneous names on the manifest, but there is a name on that list that says Martin Randolph. And you see it on the list, and the cameras accordingly. You watch it. You can watch the footage of it landing from the landing cam. You see it open. All these people pour out, and then like a really confused looking hobo kind of stumbles out into the crowd, clutching a piece of paper, and he like looks around like he has no fucking clue where he is, and then he wanders off camera.
And we don't have any record of like where he got on, or we just know he was on this like
who bought the ticket.
Yeah, so the information that's available, you would have to subsequently, like, you'd have to follow up with the company that ran the ship, right? Because this is the docking bay, this is their records. So it just says like where the ship is registered out of, which would be like one of the core planets, probably. It's probably a ship registered out of Maya. And then it just shows like who's on, what's the manifest, and like how much time did they pay to be here. The ship was only here for a day, loaded up some more passengers, and then carried on. And he got off when it arrived here and confusedly wandered into the crowd.
Well, that was less helpful than I thought it was going to be.
It was still a good idea to check.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. There is a polite but anxious tap on the window. And when you look over, you see the deck officer like, are you done? Like, can we? And she's just kind of looking, like she's not looking directly at Autumn, but she's looking up like, hey.
We should go. We shouldn't spend too much more time here. I'm already worried that they're gonna figure some things out.
Yes. Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thanks, everyone.
Martin's like, you're welcome.
He's so so well mannered.
Like,
quick
and then he looks at
question.
you, Johnny, like, I don't know what I did, but I feel good that I'm helping.
I'm like, mm-hmm. I just like that kind of like, I'm just gonna nod and smile because I have no other response to this.
So, real quick question: how long have we
Yes.
been here?
Like an hour.
No, I'm sorry, on this planet.
Oh, couple of days.
A couple of days. So,
Yep.
it's entirely possible that Landra went to Hugh's place. Maybe we should go talk to Hugh.
Hugh is Haley's connection, but it is possible that that's something that the thing is though is that actually no, it wouldn't be. No, it wouldn't be because she was only on Cabina for a minute, right? She got off one ship.
She literally got off one ship and went
crossed the thing, got on the scary pirate ship and left. That's right. Yeah. So she may have contacted Hugh, but he would have mentioned it. Yeah. And also I don't think that Autumn and Landra, I don't think that thread crosses Haley's thread.
Right.
Haley introduced you to Hugh to take care of you, but this is a different. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Clear. We're on the
same
page. Yep. Okay. Are you going back to the sporting goods store?
I think we still need to decide if we even want Martin to come back.
That was my question. Yeah, like, do you just go back there with Martin, or are you all like, Martin, stay here? The adults need to have a talk. Excuse us, right? Like, that does need to be resolved.
We'll come back for you. And we never
have some cookies and eggnog with the party. They're all so drunk they don't know. Anyway. So yeah, let's ask Martin to go have his cookies and the eggnog, the terrible drink. And
yeah, God knows why 1,200 years later, still drinking eggnog. I guess people never change. So yeah, Yasna, you're like, why don't you go over there for a minute? And he looks and he sees the table laid out with the food and stuff, and he's like, yeah, maybe they'll take pity on me. They'll give me something to eat. Okay, sure. And he heads over there, and you hear him, like you see him wave, and he's like, "Hey guys, I'm Martin. I see you're having a party." And he just kind of like fades into the background.
He seems happy here. We should just leave him.
Are we still in the control room? We shouldn't be in the control room when we have this conversation.
I assumed you were walking out, and he went one way, and now you're gonna go. And yeah, the deck officer immediately, like, as you walk out, she bows several times deeply to you, Autumn, and she's like, "Lady Eridanis, I'm so sorry about the way I spoke to you before. I didn't know. I hope you found everything you were looking for.
I will.
Thank you.
I wheel on her, like I kind of as if I'm about to walk away, and then I stop and I wheel on her in a dramatic fashion because I kind of wanted to like look away or like look down.
It's you're having your Darth Vader moment where you turn around and you're like cape swirls, but you're still in like adorable summer or winter wear, so it's somewhat less intimidating because of that, but it's still very cool.
Yeah, and I basically say to her hubby like, I will say to her, "I'll forgive you for this, providing that you speak to nobody about meeting me here. As I mentioned, I'm trying to keep this is a private matter."
Yes, milady, of course.
And I'll just walk away because I know that that's absolutely not going to happen because of the despair I rolled. But Autumn still says it.
Exactly. Autumn wants things she doesn't know are possible.
Haley just stares right into her eyes and whispers under her breath,
"You don't know what our family can do to you."
I have given Haley way too much power by knowing that she can play this card now. I grab her hand and I'm like, come on. Come on.
So once we're in a talk, I think like probably the first thing out of Yasna's mouth is we all agree that Martin is not mission critical at this point, yes?
But that's putting it lightly.
But he's nice.
I feel that it's similar to the what's her name? Kathleen?
No one can remember.
Christine.
I think it's
Katie.
Christine.
I think it's Katie.
It's similar to the Christine problem. I don't want any harm to come to Martin, and I'm glad that he survived, but him surviving what happened on Yakia, it's just too suspicious for me. There's no way that Crux would have just let him
I
go.
agree. I'm
Yeah, but he doesn't know what happened.
That's what
but
worries me,
we
Johnny.
don't know what happened to him.
That's true.
I worry that they've done something to him, raised his memory or put something in his head or something like that.
Put
Yeah.
him back to watch our every movement.
Report back. Maybe he's, I'm not saying he's a bad person. He seems to be delightful now, but maybe it's not his choice. But I don't want to just leave him defenseless here on some planet either. Maybe if we find a way to help Christine, we can leave the two of them together, and then at least they'll have each other to look out for one another.
Well, I think your sister is more important than Martin by far. I just would feel bad if he genuinely didn't know anything about his situation, and then the only people he considered to be his friends just left him because he's already really lost.
I don't think that the
Right.
Crux gave us much of a choice, Johnny.
That's
I
true.
mean, as much as we want to empathize, I think we also have to realize, I mean, the group of us, more than anyone, know that if a group like the Crux got a hold of a synth, a synth wouldn't be sticking around. I mean, that's why we're doing all of this. That's why we
Well,
have
in
to
this,
keep moving.
Yasna, because can you make a knowledge roll, Yasna? Just one purple. Because Haley is making statements about what the Crux would or wouldn't do, which is like reasonable, right? Having an idea of what is possible. But like you've worked with these fuckers directly before, you know what House Crux does to synths. So why don't you make a roll?
I want to argue that actually I shouldn't even have to. That like the bottom line is that 10 is greater than 1. And so if giving up 1 meant we could get 10, then that that it just doesn't mean we caught you termination. But if you want to make me to make the roll, I still will, but
and this is the thing. Like I was gonna say, so even if you fail the roll, even if you were to blow it completely, you still have a baseline of fictional positioning for your character.
Okay.
I just want to see above that if there's anything you can
Let's
recall.
do it.
I have a little piece of
2020,
information that Yasna
new
might or
me.
might not know.
Fuck the appendix. Boom.
Okay, all right. So you
Do
got
not
a
curse
failure.
the organ that lost its life, so you
don't
can be
curse
lucky.
the missing
You're
organ.
right.
We must respect the bad luck organ. So you get an advantage, but you can't recall anything beyond your baseline thing. You don't believe, based on what you know about the House of Crux from when you worked with them, they wouldn't. This is a little bit too much subterfuge for Crux alone, right? When Crux sees a synth, they kill the synth. That's how it works. They retire them. They don't repurpose them like this. But things have changed. So maybe also you're not totally sure that Crux has the ability to, like, if in worst case scenario, if this is Martin and he got mind wiped and repaired and sent back to you, they would need somebody else to do that. The House of Crux is incapable of doing it themselves, as far as you know.
So maybe, Yasna goes into some storytelling and this is what I know, but that we can't be certain.
Yeah.
I would kind of bring do we all agree that we must get off this planet?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, definitely agree. 100%. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
even if this was safe, or even if there wasn't an immediate place to go, this place is pretty inhospitable. There's no other ways out of this city apart from that dangerous ravine that we heard about. It's this spaceport, or that's it. We're
Climb
stuck
the
here.
mountain.
Yeah, you're pretty cut off from the rest of the world. Now there may be people who can help smuggle you out of here, but generally people come to Kabina because of how like socially permissive. Like if there's anywhere in the world, anywhere in the sector where you could potentially like become a openly a synth, this would be it, right? Seraph has done a ton of work in changing the way that people like think and behave on this world. But yeah, people don't usually have reasons to flee Kabina unless they're opposing that particular thing or someone has chased them here, I guess.
Before we leave, I'd like to try and at least try and deal with Christine. I don't want to just leave her in the psychic coma I put her in. I want to bring her out of that. Maybe again, like we said, maybe her and Martin can look after each other or something. But
why would you want to do that though?
Because if I don't, she'll never come out of it, Johnny.
Really?
She'll just be in there. It's like a normal coma. I mean, I don't know how it would work with synth bodies, but if it was a human, eventually they need to be hooked up to IVs and have routine physiotherapy to keep their muscles from atrophy. And
at this point, the only thing that will wake up Christine is true love's kiss. So you'll need a prince
Johnny.
of some kind. No, that's Johnny. I don't know that Johnny has the equipment for smooching. Like I feel like I've seen Johnny's face. I don't. It's you just press your faceplate to somebody's face. Somebody else could bring her back, right? Like a shot of adrenaline or like another doctor or whatever. They could wake her up theoretically.
Oh, okay. All right. In that case, ignore what I just said. Well, I mean, another doctor could wake her up. And I'm sure if we told Hugh to take her to some medical facility, he could do that. It just doesn't feel right. That's all.
We could reformat her brain and reformat Martin's brain and make him think that they've been married for 10 years and been living happily on Kabina.
This is your
Maybe
wife,
let's not
Christine.
mess with everyone's memories. That doesn't seem like a very good thing to do.
It
That
seems
seems the
nicer
kind of
than
thing that-
leaving somebody in a psychic coma for years.
Well,
Hey, implanted happiness is still happiness, Autumn.
I guess no, it seems like the kind of thing that people would do to you guys, and that doesn't seem like a very nice thing to do, but I see what you're saying. Well, I leave it to all of you, right? You make this decision. I'm not comfortable with leaving people vulnerable here. With Martin, the other idea I did have is that he kind of didn't react very well to it before, but I could try and take a look at him, see if anything's been done. But I need tools. I need somewhere to examine him fully, a med bay or somewhere like that.
Well, here's the thing about
that just slows us down.
Martin thinks, well, he doesn't think he's a synth. I tried telling him, and he did not take it well. He seemed real confused about everything. I think Martin thinks he's human.
It's interesting. Again, maybe Christine felt the same when her memory was reset.
Well, I would suggest maybe we need to talk to Hugh. He might have some answers or guidance for what we could do next. I still am very concerned about taking Martine to the hideout.
Yeah. That doesn't seem like a very good idea.
No, I agree. Even though I was the one who suggested it, now I'm thinking, well, maybe they would just be spying on us, which is sad. You're thinking your best friend's got a camera in him. I mean, not best friend, but we were on the way to being best friends,
Now
Are
I
you
feel
serious,
even
Johnny?
sadder.
Are you serious?
Elspeth's just losing it because she's like, nah.
Well, I think Johnny really wanted to like Martin, but
Yeah.
Do you remember him in the barn?
Well, this brings up the question, right? Like, what everybody is really discussing here is, what is a man, right? Like, is Martin the sum of his actions, or is he a clean slate now? If he doesn't remember what he did, is he responsible for his own sins if he doesn't remember having done them and is acting completely differently, right?
It's not the point, mysterious third person omniscient voice.
Shut up, God.
The point is we don't know if he's being used for something or not, and I think we can all use our big brain power to realize he probably is. Because if he wasn't being used as a tool for something, he would be dead. He would be gone, and we would never be seeing him again. So we can continue to let him live as a tool nowhere near us, or we can reformat him to be in a happier space, or we can kill him. These are the options.
What about?
He's not coming with us. He's not following us anywhere. Coma? What is it? Why do you people love comas so much? What's so great about a coma?
I do not want to put anybody else into a coma. That was a one-time deal.
Like, this is the thing, right, Haley? Where it's like, why is everyone so into comas? And this would be the time to like hard cut to whatever Christine is dreaming about. Probably like Johnny wearing like a denim like tuxedo and like bringing her a bottle of wine on the veranda of a Mexican resort hotel, and she's wearing a gown and she has her makeup all done, and she's like, Johnny, my love, thank you so much for taking me on this beautiful vacation. And Johnny's like, yes, Christine, I love you so much. Now come ride away with me on this horse. Like, you know, comas are pretty great when the real world sucks.
Good point.
So?
Well, if you're going to bring Martin along and no one's going to do anything, then put me in a heckin' coma, because I don't like it.
I don't think anybody... I think that it's very much agreed that Martin can't come with us.
Right.
Right. Well,
it's just too much of a risk. I'm sorry, Johnny.
No, that's okay. I get it. He's not a nice guy. I mean, well, he wasn't a nice guy. Now he's kind of a nice guy. I think I get it.
I think this is a good planet for new Martin to start fresh.
All right.
This seems to be the best place for it.
Whatever you guys want to do. If you want to leave Martin here, you know, I think
you're gonna put Martin in the back of your truck and drive out in the woods and be like, "Go on, Martin, you're free now.
You're free now."
Go.
Throw rocks at him until he stops coming
You
back.
can't come home with us, Martin. We don't want you anymore.
I don't love you.
That's what we tell Johnny.
I hate you.
That's what we tell Johnny. But secretly, what really happened? Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, Haley takes him out back, and then
he's just in a medical coma, lying on the side of the road somewhere.
Oh, get.
Right.
Old Martin.
Oh, Martin.
So yeah, what's the plan? You're gonna find try to ditch him, or
he's at that party. He looks like he's having a good time. Let's fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, you look over and he's definitely not having a good time. He's standing at the far edge of where everybody is gathered, and he's clearly been yelled at because it's not his Christmas party. He's dressed like a smelly hobo. And so as soon as he walked up, somebody was like, get out of here. Go on. And so he's just standing, waiting for his friends to be done talking about him. So he looks over. When you look at him, he just looks over and then looks away. Like, I wasn't watching. It's fine. I'm having fun. He's pretending to talk to somebody who has their back turned to him. It's not good. It's not going well for Martin.
This is the saddest, piteous thing I think Adam's ever done to an NPC.
I'm just saying, he's trying, but
I did used to do that. At an assembly, everyone's talking to each other and no one was talking to me, so I just go blah 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 blah.
So it looks like you're talking, but I'm part of this conversation. Yeah, no.
I'm part of the rabble in this auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
I'm contributing.
Mm-hmm. So you look over and you see the sad state, Yasna.
If we if we just leave Martin, he's going to try to find us. We need to run another distraction and go talk to Hugh. And he can join up with Hugh after we have left the planet.
Yeah, I mean, Hugh, like, if you're willing to remand him to Hugh's custody, Hugh seemed pretty, like, that's his deal, right? Is that he pretends to run a sporting goods store, but actually runs like a halfway house for synths on the run. So,
if we're worried about, we think that Martin's been, something's been done to him to track down synths. Giving him to Hugh, we might be putting other synths in danger. I'm not sure that's the right call. Unless we tell Hugh what we think, what we suspect, and then maybe Hugh can find something for him to do not at the sporting goods store.
I agree. I think Hugh is someone we can trust. Maybe he has run into this before, and he also would not want his operation to be in danger.
See if he can take care of it.
All right.
I agree.
Well, let's try and leave quietly then. At least so he doesn't see us.
What do you think we can just leave him, or we should?
So is the plan to wait until he's looking the other direction and then just slip away?
Run away.
I mean, that's Johnny's best course of action. Johnny
he had the paper. He knows. Technically, he knows. He could go to Hughes.
That's a good point.
What
if we send him on an errand for something that doesn't exist? Like, what if we send him to go get, like, wolf eggs?
Martin, before we take you to the safe house and make you one of the group, we need you to go track down a wild goose. Can you do that for us? We need you to find, and then once you've got a goose, we need you to find a herring, but it has to be red. Okay, so get one of those and then bring the wild goose and the red herring back to.
Oh shit. Oh.
I'm all sad about this.
I mean, Johnny, do you want to take him out and
you mean like
we go talk to Hugh?
Like, take him out?
No. I mean like away from the safe house and while we go talk to Hugh.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Johnny, do you want me to come with you? Like because I feel bad as well, so I'm happy to come with you if you want.
Okay. All right, Autumn. Yeah, we can go together. And maybe you won't.
We'll keep him busy.
Or anything. Yeah.
I should probably go and find out what my chemist friend is up to, and see if
your drug dealer friend.
Let's use the word chemist.
Technically, drug manufacturer and dealer. And pharmacy assistant, I guess.
Let's say job. Chemist. That's what we're gonna call them. My chemist friend.
Reasonable.
Right.
Okay. So what's the plan? Martin is awkwardly standing around, waiting to see where you're gonna go. What do you decide that you want to do?
What if we make Martin your drug mule?
Go and talk to Hugh. Like let's not make Martin into a drug mule.
I think that would really speed up the earning process.
Martin, we need you to take this package. Take this package to Demnoff for us, okay? When you get there, you're going to meet a friend of mine. Give him the package. The problem is, Martin, I need you to take this package to Demnoff in your butt.
In your butt. Your human butt.
Don't ask what's in it.
The thing is, chances are pretty good he would say yes because he's a people pleaser. New Martin.
If you feel a popping, you need to go to the bathroom immediately because
right away.
The cocaine is going to enter your system rather quickly through the rectum. So,
yeah. What was that drug that you kept using in season 1, Mark? Lift something? What was that one?
Yeah. It was the healing one, Lift. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, sweet heals.
So, I mean, there are a few things kind of on board, right? Like you can go you can go to see Hugh. Are you gonna split up? Is Haley and you're gonna go talk to Hugh, and then Autumn? Tell me the divide. Who's going where?
Haley and I are going to Hugh.
Okay.
And then Autumn
right.
and Johnny distract Martin and keep him busy.
Where? Which team would you like to have Hadil on?
Hadil would probably come with me and Yasna, huh?
Yeah, you think so?
Ideally,
Okay.
we don't want her somewhere that is, where she could possibly kill Martin.
I mean, the one thing I would say is that if Hadil went with you all, then at least you have protection.
I think my point was Hadil's in love with Yasna, so she'd probably.
I also agree with this. Johnny's all right. Johnny's strong.
This is the
I got.
This is the awkward thing where everybody is lining up to sit down in the theater seats, and Haley is like, "No, go ahead, Hadil." Even though Haley is like 2 spots in front of Hadil, like, "Yeah, no, go ahead." And you're like, "Just sit down, Haley." And you're like, "But don't you want to sit next to Yasna?" All right. So let me divide the list here. So it's Johnny and Autumn, and then Hadil and Haley and Yasna, or are you putting your foot down, Mama Yasna, and sending Hadil with the other team?
If you guys are not at all concerned, then Hadil can come with us.
What could go wrong? What could happen with us just distracting Martin?
With you. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine.
And then
He's not a threat.
Autumn and Johnny, you're gonna go and deal with Martin.
Martin. Yep.
All right. So we're gonna follow Hadil and Haley and Yasna for the time being. We just cross fade to you are approaching the store, and as you approach, even from some distance, Hadil and Yasna, your danger sense goes off at the same time. You both look at each other because it's the middle of the day. The shutters on the store are down. The sign is still on, and the open sign is still glowing outside, but the shutters are down.
Do we remember what Hugh did when we arrived? Because I remember he kind of shut the.
Yep. But he said, you remember him saying something like, "Oh, guess I gotta close early," and he like went up and like closed the store and locked the shutter. And actually, I think you notice, Yasna, the shutter is down, but it's not locked. It's like hanging a couple of inches above the ground. Like someone has pulled it down, but not all the way, and it's just sitting like partly open.
Okay. Well, we should probably investigate.
Yes, I think that's probably a good call. Yep.
You said I didn't notice. What am I doing?
Well, you notice the shutter and stuff, but for them, it's the first thing, right? They're like, "Uh-oh, danger." Yeah. I don't know. I assume you're lifting weights.
I'm lifting weights. Yeah.
Lifting.
Yeah. So
that's what you.
That's what you see. And Hadil looks at you like it's the same look you've seen from other, like, this is almost like a flashback for Yasna. The look is, you're the boss. Like, you're the one giving the orders. She looks at you like she's ready for you to start telling orders. The two of you are kind of settling into tactical mode, and she understands the hierarchy. So she looks at you like for cues about how dangerous this is going to be, like how you want to respond.
So I think what we'd want to do first is just like get as close as we can to see if we can hear anything in there. So
okay,
fire off some signals at the.
And are you doing that? Are you gonna sneak up alone, or are you gonna is everybody gonna move up? Because you could give I don't know, you here stay. I'm gonna go listen.
Right. So, no, I think actually I want us to get on either side of the shutter and then listen and have Haley just kind of stay back a little bit.
So the
I have a gun.
store Haley does have a gun. It's true. So we'll do shitty Adam Coble drawing time. So it's
Okay.
part of a there's the street, right? And then there are shops kind of like along the street. And then if the shop in the middle is the one you're looking for, the shutter is on the front, right? So it's like big closed thing here. They would open and close every day. And then there are alleys on either side of the shop. You haven't seen the back of the store, and you know that the bunker, the little safety bunker, is like down a floor underneath the sporting goods store.
Okay. So
and there's stores on there's stores on obviously on both sides of the street. There are people kind of like this is a like a mostly pedestrian area. So like this street doesn't have cars going up and down it. It has people walking mostly.
So where I ping is where I think we would set up just to try to listen.
Can I take the back?
If you want to, if you mean go down one of the alleys?
Mm-hmm. And like if there's a back door, watch the back door.
Sure.
Is there a back door?
You want to go back there and check it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if we would have known
Haley,
that from
Haley, you dip into the alley. You know that there's another entrance to this place in the back. It's like a cargo. There's another alley that runs parallel like this way, somewhere out back where like a delivery truck would pull up and then you could unload supplies and stuff there. So you can sneak around back there and check that out. Let's get stealth rolls from both Yasna and Haley. Just 2 difficulty. 2 purples.
2 perps, no upgrades.
2 perps. Yasna, if you haven't cashed in that advantage yet from your knowledge roll, you can take a blue die on it if you want.
Did I can't remember my last roll.
You've been helping Autumn roll, so I don't think you've made any rolls on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, your last one was charm, and it just stressed you out.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So Yasna, you have 2S, 1A. Okay. All right, for stealth, and then Haley. Okay, so 2S and then 2 successes and 1 threat. 2S, 1. Okay. All right, so Haley, mark a point of strain. Yasna, if you have any, you can clear it, or you can hang on to that for a die.
I'll hang on to it.
Here's what happens. We'll start with Yasna because Haley has further to go. So Yasna and Hadil, I can't remember. There's a military term for it where you go to either side of the door and look at each other. And Hadil has a gun. She has a gun out. Like she has a pistol, but she's holding it under her coat so no one else can see it because drawing a gun in this open crowd would probably freak people out. So she's got it. Yeah. You 2 sneak up. You don't hear anybody like notice you from outside. You come up and post up against the wall. What do you want to do?
I mean, we want to listen first and foremost. I mean, we can't, right? We just trying to assess the situation, like what's going on inside. This isn't right.
Okay. So I think the best way to do this would be like you crouch down to make it look like you're adjusting the straps on your boots or something, right? And then you can hear under the thing. All right. So make a perception check. Same thing because you got 1 if you haven't cashed it in. If you want to roll that blue into your perception, you can.
And still 2 difficulty?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just
it's safe to assume if I don't mention it, then just 2 is the base difficulty.
Okay.
So you want to take that blue.
So I'll take the blue, 2 difficulty.
Amazing. So many advantage. All right. You can't hear anything inside, but you have a pretty good tactical idea of, and I think maybe it's you hear things, but you can't make out any useful information, but you have control of the situation. Nobody inside knows you're here. I think the only thing that you can make out is there are people inside and they are talking, but it doesn't sound like you. And without getting inside or like peering under the thing, exposing yourself to threat, you can't get any more detail. But definitely remember, you can pass. Each one of those is either a blue die for you, or each 2 of them is a blue die you can pass to somebody else. So if you need Haley or Hadil to do something, you're ready to give those out. So Haley, you duck into the alley and go around the back. You're not spotted either, but as you get to the back corner, you peer around. There is a little platform right where a truck would pull up to. So there's this little platform. There is somebody standing on that platform. He is wearing an armored breastplate. And otherwise just like regular clothes, just like trousers and boots and like a winter coat. But you can see it's unzipped. You can see his breastplate. It doesn't have any insignia or anything on it. He has a essentially like a future Bluetooth headset thing on. But he's not listening to anything or talking to anyone, and he's smoking a cigarette, and he has in one arm, like he has it resting on his arm. He has a rifle, a laser rifle. But he's not like ready to jump out and shoot anybody with it. He's just smoking and he seems kind of bored. Yeah, you can't see much of his face because I think he's wearing like a balaclava because it's fucking freezing. Yeah, so you see that, and also you see a couple of vehicles back here. I think you see like an ATV, kind of like a four-wheeler, and then also a truck, and they've parked on either side to block the alley. They're all empty too.
Is there any insignia on the vehicles or any indication of like a house they belong to, or?
Yeah, the ATV is covered in like stickers and decals or decals, depending on where you're from. And they're all just ads for products. Decals? It's a thing. There are people who say that, who speak English. That's not how you pronounce that word, but that's okay. So it's covered in basically ad stickers. So you see like an ad for an energy drink and like, like a bunch of like corporate ads for like clothes and sportswear and stuff. And then the truck has a layer of paint that only mostly covers the logo of a like a delivery company.
Okay, but no, nothing I would pick up as like being to a specific house or.
No, these definitely do not look like nobles. No.
Is the door that the person is guarding like open at all?
Yes. Yeah. Because it closes automatically if you shut it. So he's wedged like a ski boot in the door so it doesn't close all the way. So the door is open a crack and there's a ski boot holding it in place.
Can I see in there at all?
No.
No.
Because he's standing, if we extrapolate out, the building is much larger than this, but if we were to draw the back, there is kind of this like platform piece with like stairs that come down. Mm-hmm. And then the door is here and he's standing there. So you're getting a look at him this way. To look in the door, you'd have to look that way, which is not possible.
Okay. Unless I go up there.
Yes, unless you just walk up to him. Yep.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
You just walk out?
And just walk up the stairs and just be like, "Hey, mister, what are you doing?"
So we see you kind of like straighten your clothes, like take a breath, and then walk out into the alley. While that's happening, we cut back to Yasna and Hadil. So Yasna, what do you want to do? You need to get closer to get a little more information.
When you say closer,
or I guess huck a flashbang in there or something.
And, yeah, I mean, I'll just pull one of those grenades that I've got, right, and just I mean, we'd have to literally scoot inside.
Yeah, I mean, it's high enough that if you lay down, you might be able to like scooch under the part. Yeah, slip inside.
Okay. Hadil's smaller than I am, right?
I don't know. Sure. If that's how you envision her, I hadn't thought about it. Yeah.
Okay. I give Hadil the signals to kind of like go down and look and listen.
Get down there and go check it out. Okay.
Yeah.
So she nods. and she's got like a bulky kind of like winter coat on. So she takes it off. She pulls it off of her shoulders and just throws it on the ground. And you can see she's got her like pistol holster under one arm. She holsters the gun, clips the thing, and then drops down and I think she just rolls under the sheet because it's gonna look real awkward if she has to lay down and like crawl under there. So I think she just lies. She just drops down and then just like rolls under into the store. Cut back to Haley. Haley, you come around the corner and this guy, he hears you and he turns to look, right? And I don't know why I'm drawing these janky things. I have little tokens I'm using for you. Okay, so Haley, there you are. So Haley, you come around the corner and he sees you and he's like, he's just kind of stunned for a second because it's just this kid in the middle of the thing. And so you walk out. What do you say?
Hey, mister, what are you doing?
And he's like, well, listen, kid. It's all muffled because he's wearing his like balaclava. He's like, listen, kid, you don't want to be here. You go back to your mom and dad.
Why? What's going on? I like your gun. Can I see your gun?
No, you can't see my fucking gun. What are you talking about? No, get the fuck out of here, kid.
You said a bad word.
While she's talking, she's moving up the stairs. She's trying to get a look in the door.
Yeah. So he's moving too. He's moving towards the top of the stairs. So you're at the bottom of the stairs looking up at him, and he's at the top of the stairs looking down at you. And he says, he's like, this is the last time I'm gonna say it, kid. Get the fuck out of here.
Can she see in the door at this angle or no?
No, that's the problem is the door slides open, so you literally have to like be on the other side. You're gonna have to deal with this guy one way or another first.
Yeah. Hey, yo, I'm Garden over here.
I did realize as I was saying that, I'm like, oh, cool. He has the same accent as Wheat's appendix. Dude, you sound like you have appendicitis. You need to see a doctor. So you walk over to the bottom of the stairs and he just folds his arms over his chest like, I'm an intimidating adult. Get out of here.
So his arms are folded, so he doesn't have his hands on his gun.
No. It's like cradled in his arms, and he's just kind of like trying to look intimidating. He's like, no, you can't look at my fucking gun. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, what are you doing here? My friend works here.
Do
you know Hugh? Are you a friend of Hugh's?
What are you talking about? No, kid, stop making shit up and go on. You're gonna get me in trouble.
Why would I make up a friend?
I don't fucking know. I'm not some little kid. Get the hell out of here. What the hell's wrong with you?
Okay, well,
Haley's going to while she's been talking, she's kind of been like trying to subtly work the glove off of her hand. And
you have your little fur like muff, right? So you can maneuver in there and it just looks like you're wiggling around.
Right. And she's gonna like drop, like intentionally, but try and make it like accident drop one of her like gloves through the cracks of the stairs.
Okay.
And then go, okay, fine. I'll get out of here. I have to get my glove. I dropped it.
Make a deception roll. Difficulty 2.
Oh, and what did I roll last time? I didn't get any advantage last time. Can I use a story point?
Yeah, if you want to, sure.
Cool. Sorry, you said deception? Is that what you said?
Yes, deception 2 difficulty. Yeah, now if you want, Yasna has several blue dice to throw around if you'd like to borrow one.
I have 2 ranks in this and a story
you're pretty good at this, and you just bought
one
an
of my
upgrade,
advantage. So. Yeah.
Huh? You want me to take one, Wheat?
Yeah, take one. I have a lot.
So I would get 1 upgrade from the story point and
one blue die. So it's 1 upgrade on your side and 1 blue die, 2 purple on the difficulty side. And then Yasna, you have 2 advantage left to hang on to because it costs 2
Okay.
plus 1 to hit.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, go ahead. And you are quite good at this. There it is. Look at that. And then you got
Boom.
advantage of your own.
There you
Nice.
So he
shapes.
looks down at you. He's like, God, fine. Just fucking make it quick.
go. Okay, can you get it for me?
Oh, what the hell? And he's just like, God, fucking kids. I swear to God, this is why I told Susan I'm not fucking having kids. And he's like mumbling. He's like, get out of the way. And like comes to the bottom of the stairs to like move you.
Was
And
she gonna?
he turns his back to you. He crouches down, leans his rifle on the wall, and is looking through the slats of the stairs, trying to see you. He's like, it's so fucking dark under there. Goddamn kid with your stupid glove. And he like leans over. He puts one hand on the stairs, leans over and jams his whole arm under the stairs to try to reach your glove. Completely at your mercy now.
Haley's gonna do grab the rifle on the wall, slip in the door, and lock it.
You're gonna leave him alive. You just want to try to steal the rifle. And so here's the question: do you try to do this stealthily, or are you just like got your gun and run inside and slam the door?
Right. Not slam.
Wanna run or do you wanna sneak?
Stealthily.
So you
Yeah.
want to sneak? Okay. All right.
Mhm.
So go ahead and make a stealth roll. You can have between 0 and 3 blue dice because of
I'm
your
gonna
deception roll. That seems like a good plan. Yep. I'm gonna spend a story point. because it's
So
fun
that's an
to do.
upgrade on bad boy side.
Upgrade on the difficulty side, and then two purple.
Pure purple. Up to purple. Okay. All right. Here we go. Good shapes. Good shapes. Good shapes.
Good shapes.
Whoa!
Oh, shit.
So many good shapes.
This only adds to the ridiculousness that is Vanna's roles in this campaign. Like you never fail. Haley is a god, a machine god.
The more absurd it is, the more likely she is to succeed.
It's true, yeah. So you get 2 successes and 4 advantage, which you can spend or hold on to. You can spend to recover strain, or you can hang on to them to spend to get more dice. Yep. Okay. All right. So yeah, I imagine you don't even say anything, right? You just like grab the gun.
He's down there busy. Okay. I'm just trying to slink away. I don't want him to have his gun, so I'm just gonna take that. I imagine it's too big for Haley to like reasonably use.
Yeah, it's taller than you.
I don't want him to have it. Yeah, I don't want him to have it. So I'm just gonna like drag it with me inside, but then I want to make sure he's locked out of the back door.
So here's what happens. You dip inside. All you have to do is kick the boot, and then the door closes, right? That clicking sound, he looks up, and he's like, I got your... He sees the gun is missing, and the door is closed. He's like, oh, fuck. And you don't see or hear what he does after that because you're inside. So now you are in the back room, which is like the receiving room. It's a big, moldy smelling concrete box, basically, with a whole bunch of like surplus sports equipment and alpine equipment, all just kind of piled around. And then there's a door leading into the room. And Yasna and Haley, because the two of you are both outside of this space.
Yeah.
You hear that whatever the conversation inside becomes an argument. You hear the volume level go up slightly. You hear Hugh's voice for the first time, where he says, "I swear to God, I don't." And he doesn't get to finish the sentence before there's that wet thump sound of somebody getting punched, and you hear him wheeze in pain. And then Haley, you hear that as you come inside. You hear the brief, like, sudden loudness, and then a thump, and then more like shouting. And it's on the other side of there's a wall between you and there, and you know that there's a door. You're looking at it. There's a door that leads into the main room, which is where it's just on one side, the other side of a door right now.
Okay. I think she would get as close to that door and then sort of press up against the wall to see if she could hear anything further of the conversation, like the follow up from the punch.
Yeah. Make a perception roll.
Whoops! Why haven't I put any ranks in this?
Now remember, you can give yourself up to 4 blue dice if you want.
I'll just give myself 2 so I could still give someone else advantage for a blue die if they want. Is it just difficulty 2?
Yes. Yeah,
just
in this case.
Difficulty 2.
Where did it go? Perception?
I can't perceive perception. The irony. Okay.
Yeah, the irony of not being able to find that skill. All right. Ooh. So you get to maintain your continued accumulation of advantage. You have 5 now, but you don't hear anything else. It's all too muffled by the wall. You'd guess that it's by design that this place is kind of soundproofed, maybe better than you would expect. And in fact, Yasna, if this door were all the way to the floor, you wouldn't hear anything. Hadil is inside, so she is seeing what's going on. I think probably she comes back out to report. But we see Hadil. She's crouched behind a row of like down coats. And she's peering around the corner, and we see another 4 of those kind of tufts that we saw outside, right? So kind of like they're just wearing like essentially the equivalent of like winter leather jackets, big heavy jackets. They're all armed. One of them has a hold of Hugh by the front of his shirt. There's blood coming out of Hugh's nose. He has a what's going to be a nice black eye. And we see, from Hadil's perspective, we see this guy punch Hugh in the stomach in the middle of him trying to explain he doesn't know whatever it is he doesn't know. And then Yasna, you hear the sounds of thunk, 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 thunk of boots coming up the alley, and somebody being like, fuck, 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 shit, fuck, coming down the alley. What do you want to do?
Well, immediately alarmed because Haley was down there.
Yep.
And Hadil is out now, you said?
No, Hadil is inside. She turned to leave, and then we heard the punch, and then you heard the sound. So, yeah, there's a moment where Yasna has to decide what to do, because otherwise this guy's going to come running out into the street and probably see you.
Clothesline this sucker.
Well, right. So, like, I mean, disarming comes to mind, but I kind of have to ask myself, like, you know what, though? Haley went down that same alley. I think it is totally fine if I know that Haley is not running, that I am going to stop this individual because I know Haley is down.
The sound of Haley Sky running anywhere is much more adorable than this sound. This is definitely not Haley.
Right.
Lots of tinkling in her winter outfit.
So, what I
you would hear the jingle bells jingling. Yeah, totally.
Is I want to disarm him into the alley, right?
Right. So you want to go into the alley and essentially just like collide with him and drop him to the ground?
Correct.
Okay, because yeah, he doesn't actually have a weapon, but so you dip around the corner into the alley, and yeah, you see this guy. He doesn't have a weapon now. He's running towards you. He looks panicked, and then suddenly you're in the way. He tries to slow down so he doesn't crash into you. What do you want to do? Just kick him in the face, or all his momentum is barreling him forward towards you?
I think it would be like some really dope judo-esque, sort of like step to the side, grabbing him by his scruff, spinning him around. Maybe there's not enough room in the alley, so like his face scrapes up against the wall, and then kind of get him down. So he's facing now the way I was looking.
Yeah, and you just want to like restrain him in the alley before anybody else can like see him. That's the plan.
Right.
All right. Okay. Make a brawl roll.
All right. And then I'll use my.
Yeah, you got 2 blue. You can throw in the pool if you want.
Right. I'm gonna
spend a story point.
Okay, so that means I add a black.
So it's gonna be 3 purple and an upgrade on the difficult side.
And an upgrade. Okay, I will use both my advantage then. All right. Brawl this guy.
2 blue on your side.
Wait.
Make a brawl.
I'll give you an advantage too. Wheat.
Okay.
So I have 5, so I'll just keep the 3.
Okay.
One more
all right, great. 3 blue, 3 purple, rolling brawl.
Okay, so you have, this is the thing, there's going to need to be a subsequent roll, because this isn't quite the judo maneuver you had anticipated. And I'll let you tell this, because I don't want this to be like Yasna. This happens so often in role-playing games where you're like, you describe something cool, and then the dice are like, actually, what happens is you look like a total jackass. So
no,
what is
perfect.
it?
Yeah. I
What is it
imagine
that, so you described to me, Yasna is still in control, but doesn't get totally what she wants. How does that work for Yasna, right?
I think, right, like I was trying to do exactly what I described and sort of even make it so he's facing back down the alley. So if we're talking or whatever, I think that exactly what I said is that there's not enough room to really do the maneuver. So I have him and I slow him down, but he's like, I don't know, head out the alley a little, like we're just at
Well,
the
I think
edge.
you do stop him, but your
Okay.
original intent was to put him down, right? So now you crash into him. He's gonna try to turn the tables on you and like throw you against the wall and like knock you out or something. He's gonna fight with you,
Okay.
basically. He's gonna attack you. So you can use for every 2 advantage you want to spend, you can add a black die to his pool, but he's gonna essentially do the same thing where he's gonna try to restrain you or like just get you the fuck out of the way.
Okay. Yeah. So
So
I come
look
out of
at
that with 5 additional
melee.
advantage.
Yeah, you have the upper hand in terms of like you have advantage, right?
Okay.
Okay, so it's going to be two melee now because you're engaged. All the momentum stuff is stopped. So let me roll for this guy. So right now the pool he has
yeah. What is he?
Is two. He has 2 greens and a yellow for brawl. The difficulty is 2 by default, and then you want to. How many disadvantage do you want to give him? How many black dice?
2.
Give him 2. Okay, so you're gonna use 4 of your. Okay, cool. And then I don't have
advantage
any
left, right? Yeah.
I don't have any story points. Yes, you would have 1 advantage left for yourself.
Okay.
Okay, and you guys have 5 story points, and this is like probably one of the last rolls, if not the last roll. Do you want to use a story point too?
Yep. Use a story point.
You might as well, right? Okay, so that's an.
Yeah,
shook him up
I'll
so
throw
much.
2 more. I'll throw 2 more advantage on that too.
Do you have 4?
I meant 2. Yeah, 1. 2.
1 more black.
2 of my advantage
okay.
to equal 1 blue die.
So he's pretty talented, but yeah, it's going to it's going to cause some
2020.
Okay, here we go. Here goes. Let's see. He's successful. He gets 2 success and 2 threat. So let me see. What is an unarmed attack? Now this doesn't mean you're like, he just socks you in the face. Basically, you crash into him. You try to like wrestle him to the ground. He throws you back. It buys him just enough room to pull his hand back. He hits you in the face. He takes a swing and hits you. What is your armor? Do you have? It'll reduce the amount of damage.
My armor is or soak.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, my soak is 3.
Yeah. 3. Okay, so you take
That's
2.
Just the brawl score because you don't have any armor.
Yeah. You
2
take
wounds?
2 wounds. So mark up 2 wounds. He hits you quick in the face. There's a brief flash of stars, but now there's like a fist fight going on in this alley. The 2 of you are wrestling. Haley, we cut back to you. You can hear something going on in the other room. Do you want to do anything or do you wait?
I think she's waiting to hear the context because I don't think she ever fully trusted Hugh. So
okay.
I think before coming to his like aid, because that's like an option on her mind, is like she kind of wants affirmation that he's on their side. So if it's like he's getting beat up because he's like, I would love to tell you where those synths are, I just don't know, and they're getting
so right now
irate,
because that perception
or
roll,
like,
you can't make out any of that detail that would help you answer that question. You're gonna have to get closer, or find another way to like, because you're cut off by this wall.
Right. I mean, what kind of door is it? Is it sort of like a swinging door, or is it something I'd have to like?
It's the future, so assume that they're all like metal doors that automatically detect when someone walks up and open.
They all go. Whoop.
Yeah. They all make a little swooshy noise when they open.
Yeah, I think she's gonna have to just wait.
Wait and see.
Press her ear in whatever, against whatever crevice is, or if there's a vent. What about a vent? She's a little gal. How about a vent?
Yeah, and you look around. I will mention as you scan the room looking for stuff. There are air ducts that you are small enough to slip into. So you could John McClane this shit if you wanted.
Yeah.
There is also, the store has an intercom system. So next to the door, you do see a little computer box with some buttons and stuff on it that you could use. Because remember, he used the intercom to talk to you before. So
Yeah, I don't know that would.
a bunch of unlabeled buttons.
Yeah, no, I think she's gonna stash the rifle so someone can't easily sort of come across it, and then try and wiggle her way into the air duct.
Okay, all right. So maybe that's where we end, is you dragging a little foot like stool over to the edge of the duct so you can push the panel up and climb into the ceiling. Perfect. Okay, cool. Well, when we come back next time, we'll start with Autumn and Johnny and what I imagine is going to be just like the sad farewell to Martin, or I guess we'll see. You have a week to think about how exactly you want to break Martin's heart. And then we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if Yasna can beat this guy in a fist fight. I think he's probably in some pretty bad trouble, but we'll see.
Well, I have
cool.
can I just ask one game question before we wrap?
You may.
What is the what would be the what would be the viewpoint of like if I just spent XP to come back with a brawl with one additional brawl point, would that be like?
That is completely allowed. Yes.
Fuck yeah. All right.
So Yasna gets punched in the face. Is like, wait a second, I'm better than this.
Exactly. That would be. I would look at it.
It also says
nothing motivates you more than getting punched in the face to realize I don't ever want to get punched in the face again.
It also says in table 1.6-2 that you, if you use 3 advantage when dealing damage to a target, have the attack disable the opponent or one piece of gear rather than dealing wounds.
Yes, yeah, that's right. So if you accumulate advantage in an attack roll, or if you get a triumph, yeah, there's lots of extra bonus stuff you can do. We haven't really had like a more drawn out fist fight, so we'll see how that works next time. I will polish up on the punchy rules. But yes, you're totally allowed to spend experience. I'll hand out some XP, but we'll do it after. We'll do it after shout outs. So Mark, I think you're on that side of me over here. Why don't you do the first shout out?
Thank you, Adam Coble. My name is Mark Hughes. You can find me on Sherlock, twitch.tv/Sherlock_Humes. I'm doing much more regular streaming now. 2020, year of the hustle. We're going to make it work. So I'm going to be doing lots of streams all throughout next week, playing various games, doing role-playing game stuff. Come and check it out. Come and follow me. You can also find me on my regular D&D show, High Rollers D&D, every Sunday, 5 p.m. UK time, over on either twitch.tv/Yogscast or twitch.tv/High Rollers D&D. Come and join us. We're going to be picking up ready for the next year. So come and join us for High Rollers, or come and watch me on my regular stream as well. Thank you, Carsten, Adam, for a great game.
Thank you, Mark. Down below, another year older, one less organ. It's djWheat.
Thank you. I want to say thank you to everyone who sent well wishes. Appreciate it. It's nice to be back. Some good rolls in 2020. Let's keep that up. You know where to find me, djWheat. And thanks everyone for tuning in, and thank you, Cast, as always, for playing.
Excellent. Thank you. We'll continue around the horn. Elspeth, why don't you take it away?
Hey guys, it's me, the middle of the horn. You can find me right here.
Somewhere.
You might not be able to find me. Actually, I'm just all over the place. I'm not even letting JP. You can find me at twitch.tv/Elspeth or at Elspeth Eastman on Twitter. Yeah, that's right, JP. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Is the bridge of the Enterprise being attacked by Romulans?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning into our
Walk her
first
down the stairs.
Verona episode of 2020. Feeling good. Starting the year off strong. Guys. Starting off strong. Thanks for watching. Thanks to the cast. It's good to be back. Love you guys. That's it. That's it for me.
Excellent. Thank you, Elspeth. And last but not least, everybody's favorite steroid addict, Vana. Why don't you? Thank you for not punching anybody or throwing your computer through the window or any of that. You did great. I'm really proud of you.
I'm real sweaty, but also cold.
That's a good shout out. Please continue.
First of all, I just want to say everyone in this cast has such nice eyes. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, she's so high.
Really beautiful eyes. My name's Vana. You can find me hypothetically streaming 5 days a week on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Vana, but it's up in the air right now because my heart rate is about 40 beats per minute over normal. So I don't know. So stay tuned on my Twitter, which is Vanarama, to figure it out. Pirates of Salt Bay, which is my 5th edition game over at Saving Throw Show, is coming back on Tuesday for season 2. I'm excited for that. 8 p.m. PST over at Saving Throw, or twitch.tv/Saving Throw. And then who knows? I might be running something here on the old Rollplay soon. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Thanks for putting up with me today, y'all.
No, you did great. It was fantastic.
Can I just
thank
say,
you.
you've all got such pretty eyes.
You do.
Thank you for coming, everybody.
Zoom in on everybody's eyes really quick. They're so pretty.
I'm going to try and steer this ship of lunatics into harbor here. So thanks for coming, everybody. I've been your happily been your space master for today's episode. You can find me on Twitter at skinnyghost or on Twitch, twitch.tv/Adam Coble. If you would like to know why chat was so excited about me describing those pirates, all of the secrets of the Far Verona universe can be yours. For a mere $1, go to patreon.com/roleplay, sign up at any level, and it'll get you access to the Far Verona fan Discord where we play the faction turn, which I am currently in the process of redesigning, and it's been super cool. So if you like that stuff, you want to check it out, you want to become a badass space pirate yourself, do it. Check out the Patreon. We also post other cool stuff like zines. We got a lecture series. We do post shows for everything. So go check that out if you haven't already. I posted a Q&A thread over at community.itmejp.com. I spammed it in the chat, but I'll do it again. So if you have questions about the episode or just want to let everybody know that our eyes are beautiful, that's the place to do it. I'm going to give these nerds some experience points. So everybody this session got 10 for showing up, right? And then did anybody get a motivation come up today? Also, I'm really unnerved that it's still just my face. It's okay, JP. You can show everybody else. Just me. I'm the only one on the show now. I got all these perfect.
These are my titties. These are my eyes. These are my titties.
They're also not your eyes either. They're Johnny's stand-in, and I don't.
Guys, I'm no longer
that's
here.
Mark's house.
I don't have the pretty eyes. It's Elspeth. Look at those. Everyone's got blue little baby eyes. I love them so much.
I hate this a lot.
So anyway, experience points. Anybody? No? Good? Yes? Professional quality content here at Roleplay.
An orange?
We'll just do XP off screen. Thanks for coming, everybody. This has been episode number 12 of Roleplay Far Verona. I'm Adam Coble, also Sherlock Holmes and Vanarama. Please, for the love of God, JP, kill it. Let's be done. Thanks for coming, everybody.